4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw, pause, my eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin, roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors a pit, clear, ready from ear to ear. Craving that rain in the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. You can see.
Yes, the truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. With I'm your host, Matt Clark. Today, we're coming to you from Cutting Up Barbershop and Salon. And you can see it right there, 35 Northeast 36th Street, 405-524-6100. You can call in, and you can see their hours right there, except that I actually need to change it because they're not open. Well, did I change that? Okay, cool. I changed it because they're open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 4 on Saturdays because everybody's trying to be out to watch a little football and do what they need to do on Saturday afternoons because, you know, it is college football season, and I'm excited about this coming fall. If we've been talking about it, the thing I'm excited about is in November we've got NFL football in its full swing. We got NBA basketball starting up, so we'll first have the first 20-something games, so you'll kind of know what kind of team you're actually going to have at that point. And, of course, we will be talking about NBA news and the Thunder and Rockets' big, huge trade yesterday afternoon, which is so funny is it was Thunder Thursday yesterday, and then, of course, all the news. Sam Presti would, of course, come out and do all this after my show was done, and then he's going to come up with, oh, well, here we go with the big, huge trade. So, but anyway, we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. But like I said, I'm coming to you from Cutting Up Barbershop and Salon, 35 Northeast 36th Street, just east of 36th and Santa Fe, right by the 7-Eleven superstore, mini store, whatever the hell you want to call it, something like that. Anyway, they need some watermelon sweet tea. They don't have any of that like On Q does. They need to get some watermelon sweet tea. That's all I'm saying. But to start out in NBA news, you can see where the Thunder and Houston Rockets agree on an 8-player trade yesterday. And it's so funny is because we were discussing on how many of these players are actually going to be around. And Derek Favors, you know, we were wondering if he was going to play or not play because he was trade bait. Instead of us using him to help with the development of Jalen Williams, we decided to trade him to Houston, and he's going to be a mentor to those guys. But Ty Jerome, Mo Harkless, Theo Maledon, neither one of those guys we knew weren't going to really help us that much, so I'm not even upset about any of that. Plus, we had to give up a 2025 second-round pick. And the thing that I like is we did get Trey Burke. I really like Trey Burke. I like Sterling Brown. So I like what we got here in return. That's going to probably help us because we do need guys who can score, who can get to the basket, and who can, let's say people who can actually score without having to run the offense run through them. They can get baskets, and I think the Thunder and Sam Presti has done a good job in doing that. And, you know, I think he silenced a lot of people talking about whether the Thunder were actually trying to win or not. I mean, clearly he's made a trade getting rid of guys who we know weren't going to really do a lot for us. So at least I will say that Sam Presti is making efforts because we did lose Chet, and I think he's making us more viable. And I don't think he liked the fact that they put us at 26.5 wins. 25.5 was the early, and it's 26.5. And here at Cutting Up, we went through it, and I think Keith had them at 28 wins or something like that, or 29 wins, maybe 30. I know I had them at 31 to 33 with a possible of 40 wins being the absolute max, but that's before Chet got hurt. And but now that we've retooled I'm going to come up Monday. Of course, it starts with the Thunder season, and I'm going to do a complete breakdown of what I think the Thunder can and cannot do. One thing I don't like the fact that we playing 5 out of the first 6 games on the road. I don't like we played the Clippers, or the way they have it set up now is when teams travel from the West Coast to us, they're here we play them every other day. Like the Clippers, we play them on a Wednesday, turn around and play them again on Friday or Thursday, Saturday. So I don't like that. I don't like the fact we're going to play the team every other day. We're not in the playoffs. So I don't really like how the NBA did that format. I understand that they're doing it as far as cutting down on travel. I mean, I understand that part, but I just don't like the fact that you get to play a team every other day. Like when we go out to L.A., we have to play the Clippers, skip a day, play the Clippers again, skip a day, play the Lakers, skip a day, play Phoenix. I mean, are we really going to win any of those games? We might get one lucky that we might get a game, because the Clippers, no matter what, to me, still are the Clippers, like saying the Mets are the Mets, no matter what. And so, but anyway, we'll see how that turns out. But, you know, I'm optimistic at best about that. So we shall see what's going to come. Now, the crazy thing is, I don't know how many of you guys watched the game last night, and Tua Tagovailoa was taken off the field. And this is crazy because the NFL and NFL and NFLPA both agreed on that the fact that he was able and cleared to play. I don't see how the hell that is, but you know they both agreed. They're supposed to got independent doctors, so we shall see if that. And of course, I'm joined by my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, my brother?
How we doing, man?
Doing good. I'm just talking about Tua. And, I understand that the NFL and the NFLPA both agreed on it, and they had independent doctors supposedly check him. Dude, he barely hit his head, and he seized up.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it was a violent – yeah, go ahead.
Like we talked about earlier, he shouldn't have been on the field.
There's no way.
Yeah, they ran him out there, and you know, they've got doctors that stand on the sidelines, and that's their only job. They're independent of the teams, and they watch for plays like that, you know, and it's just really surprising that it didn't get caught, or especially with the predicament the NFL has found themselves in over the last 10 years.
Yeah, 100%. I disagree. What about you, Sean? Did you see that? Do you think Tua should have played? You didn't see him get knocked out last night and seize up? You didn't watch the game? Well, Sean didn't watch the game, but Drew, I'm just saying. Huh?
Go ahead.
Sean was too busy doing something else last night. He didn't have time to watch the NFL game last night. But,
it's time to Google it. I mean, you can watch it on damn near every network now.
Yeah, you can. But, I mean, Drew, I understand. You know, we both were players, and we lied. Players lie.
Sure.
They lie.
Well, then that's why you have the independent guy that stands on the sidelines that steps in and says, "Hey, protect you from yourself."
But they both sets, the NFL and NFLPA's doctors, neuro guys, both said all of them said he was cleared to play.
It just makes you wonder what kind of test they ran. You know what I mean?
Well,
they put him through the whole thing. It doesn't sound like to me he went into any kind of concussion protocol to where they would have ran the test.
You know, Drew, how many fingers am I holding up? Okay.
3.
How many fingers am I holding? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's that type of. You know how they do it, and we've all been knocked out before, and hey, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But supposedly they did the MRIs, they did all of that. But I'm like, man, the dude. I mean, there's no way that you can look at it. But on the other side of that, as a coach, that's a huge game. I understand him wanting him to play. I mean, I get all that. But, man, Drew, he barely got hit. He froze up. He seized
and it looked like he was locked up before he hit the ground.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, man, I don't, whatever. Whoever neuro doctors or whatever it is, they need to be checked out on really their credentials. But you know what?
Yep.
They're paid to really get players to play. And Tua, he wanted to play, so you can't – I mean, it's not like you can blame the Dolphins that much because they wanted to play. But as a player, you're going to want to play. But as Colin Cowherd said today, Drew, he goes, hey, sometimes somebody needs to be a parent and say, no, you're not playing. You did not look good. You wobbled.
I mean, You needed that doctor out on the course today to throw in the flag for you, throwing the towel, like about the 6th hole.
You mean the first 3 to 4 holes? The last 5 holes, you beat me by 2. So don't run your mouth, okay? You beat me by 2 the last because I was not awake for those
I was
first 3
looking,
holes.
I was looking for Apollo Creed to throw the towel in.
Bro, those first 3 holes, I was struggling because you were laughing at me. I mean, you were literally laughing at me. I was struggling.
I was trying not to laugh.
Bro, you laughed.
I was laughing with you.
No, you weren't. Anybody that knows you were not laughing with me. You were laughing at me. Okay? And then how you going to post that? Because, bro, I mean, come on, man. Really? You know that I was not there. And then you look at the last 5 holes. I was right there with you, and I know you would have folded like an accordion on the back 9 because you are the king.
One time,
you are the king of 9.
One time when
bro,
you told me the hole was
you've
in
only
the other
listen.
direction.
No. Don't even try that. Don't even try that. What you got mad at is because it was a dog leg right, and you hit it. Neither one of us had played that course before, and didn't know it was over there. We did not know. Okay, so I don't want to hear it. Okay. And you still, but listen, all I know is you were going to blow up on 1 or 2 holes on the back 9, and I was in a groove, and it was going to happen. So whatever.
So you won on a contested, still under protest 18.
No. There's no protest. Now you got your butt beat. You got your butt beat, and it's just clear. Okay. And we played another hole twice, and I blew up on that hole.
I mean,
and
if there had been an NFLPA out there, we'd have definitely done some investigating on that whole deal.
Drew,
got me out there playing on a goat farm.
Okay, first of all, you got me up 3 hours sleep, hurting, still smelling like alcohol from the night before, and then you go. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. And you took advantage of me the first 4 holes. 3 or 4 holes, and I was what?
I want to know.
What was I like 7?
What
was I 7
Crystal
over?
Said 43 wasn't a good. Crystal said 43 wasn't a good score. I was like, damn, who's she playing?
That's what I said. She's tripping. But hey, Drew, all I knew is I was like,
great.
I was like 8 over after 3 holes or something. I was struggling bad. Oh man, I was hurting. There's no question I was hurting, but I finally woke up. Unlike Tua, I don't think he's still awake. I don't think he's still awake. But
what do you think? 6 weeks, probably.
No,
maybe more.
2 weeks, maybe. He'll be back out there. It's the NFL, bro.
Well, they're gonna really make him. They're gonna dive into him. He's gonna have to, especially now with all the spotlight on him.
Well, but you know what? That's the only thing that changes. Media being after him. I mean, let's face it. Robert Salver would still be the president and owner of the Phoenix Suns Mercury if the press hadn't got after it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you and I have always talked about. It's the press. It's the people getting on them that makes them change. Other than that, they're not going to change. And the NFL still does not care really about players. They're about the shield. And they can run their mouth about CTE and all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I agree. I 100% agree.
So
or he wouldn't have been on the field a week ago.
Dude, when you go back and you look at him after last week's game on Sunday, and like you said, he buckled. The offensive lineman had to hold him up and my deal is this, why wasn't he pulled off the field right then and there?
Right then, yeah. I mean, that's an obvious sign that you got head trauma.
I mean, clearly. And then he goes, I'm okay. It was my back. Well, if anybody's had your back seized up, you are not getting up off the ground.
No.
You're not getting up on your own. You are going to lay there. You are not moving.
I called Deshaun Watson, get some help.
Or he would know who to call. He has a number in his speed dial.
26 of them, or 62. How many did you got?
It was 63, I think is what it was. That's insane. But, now he could only use Cleveland Brown masseuses. Okay. Okay, I'm not. And that he was
certified by the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, he was using Houston Texans massages too. So I don't know. I'm not sure what that really truly means and what that's going to defer. You know what I mean, saying, Drew? I mean, what is that really gonna?
Yeah.
I mean, just
not real sure.
I'm not either. Okay. Let's talk about some pro football last night, brother. The game last night,
It's nice.
Bengals,
baby. Cover.
Yep, it was Dolphins Bengals 15-27. Tua was 8 for 14 before he went out with 110 yards and one TD where he interception where he clearly underthrew Tyreek.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close
Yeah.
to do. I mean, it just he had the guy beat. The difference is that's Mahomes, that's 6. You know what I'm saying? Even Teddy Bridgewater almost underthrew him. So, but Teddy Bridgewater came in 14.
Well, Bridgewater threw for 200 yards in one half.
Yeah, he had
a pretty good game.
He was 14-23 for 193, one TD, one INT.
I don't know that the drop-off's going to be that much with Bridgewater.
No, well, that INT that he threw at the end, the tight ends got to understand the blitz is coming. You got to sit. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what's happening. You got to read the defense and know they're splitting, and you just sit. And he kept running his route.
He rushed that throw too.
Yep. He was trying to get rid of it. But my deal with him is he could have ran a couple series before that, run for a first down. I'm like, dude, run for the first down. What are you doing? But he's acting like he didn't want to get hit.
He's gun shy running with that knee.
Yeah, he is. You could tell. Joe Burrow, 20 of 31, 287, 2 TDs. I thought he was decent.
Yeah, kind of a workmanship night for him.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, wasn't bad, but the Tyler Boyd play was
that
nice.
offensive line can't run block at all.
At all. I mean, at all. They're going to have some issues that they're going to have to deal with down the road. But first downs, the Dolphins had 20, the Bengals had 26 or 16, which is interesting. They won by 12 with less first downs. Passing yards, 293 to 304 for the Bengals. Rushing, 67 for the Bengals. 67.
Yeah, I mean, and old boy had nowhere to go. He was getting hit
Joe
once
Mixon.
he got the ball.
Yeah.
They were a yard deep in the backfield every time he got the ball. Mixon.
Well, the Dolphins' defense is nice. Their front four is really nice. But, Drew, they had time of possession of 31 minutes to 28. But the big key was 2 turnovers. That was the key. The Dolphins had 2 interceptions, and the Bills did not have any. And to me, that was everything in what happened with the game that week. Because I'm just like, I'm looking at it. It wasn't that great of a game. You know what I'm saying, Drew? It was all right. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if we weren't doing the show, I don't think I would have watched it. Okay?
Right.
If I didn't have to talk to you today about it, I don't think I'd watched it. I really don't. And what's going to be bad is when we're doing these preseason Thunder games, watching that mess. That's going to be hard. That is going to be difficult. I don't go to preseason games, but I'm going to have to watch every one of them now. I'm just like, oh, my God. My head is hurting already, Drew.
I'm not big on preseason myself.
No, there's nothing to really – these guys aren't going to play. I mean, you're going to get the starters for maybe a quarter, and that's it. And but the thing is, the Thunder playing 5 of their first 6 games on the road. That's going to be very tough on the Thunder, I think, to get anything done by those first 5 or 6, which the first 2 are on the road to open up the year.
That starts – when does that start? 2 weeks?
October 3rd, Monday. Oh, you're talking about the season?
Week? Oh, boy.
No. Preseason starts Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, Monday.
Coming up.
Monday at the Nuggets. Let me see. I have the preseason right here. Thunder preseason. Thunder versus the Nuggets, October 3rd. The Mavs versus the Thunder at the BOK in Tulsa on the 5th, which is Wednesday. Tuesday, which is the day after my birthday, Thunder versus the Pistons. And then Thunder versus the Spurs on the 13th. And then the actual season starts, I want to say, the week later on the 19th. Let me see. I have that right here.
And they open Thunder, with the T-Wolves, right?
October 19th at Minnesota, 7 o'clock. And then we play again Saturday at Denver. And then our first home game is October the 23rd is our first home game.
Were you surprised by the late trade this close to the start of the year?
Yeah, I talked about that in the beginning. I'll pull that back up because the thing is this, Drew. We talked about it Thunder Thursday yesterday. We talked about Ty Jerome wasn't going to be there. Theo Maladon wasn't going to play. Mo Harkless wasn't going to play. And the question is, do we keep Derek Favors to help mentor Jalen Williams, Or,
No.
because he's trade bait. He wasn't going to last the entire year. Okay. But the Thunder,
Nope, he wasn't.
Thunder in return got Trey Burke, which you and I both like. David
Yep.
David Nwamba, Sterling Brown, and Marquise Chris.
I don't think I've heard of the other three guys.
Yep.
But I know. But Marquise Chris, where did he play? Name sounds familiar.
I can't remember. I think I like the Sterling Brown kid. I saw him play a little bit last year. I don't mind him so much, Sterling Brown, but Trey Burke is the one we wanted, and we had to give up.
Yeah.
And we had
So
to
those other guys are G League players.
yeah,
most
basically,
likely, huh?
basically they might slide in, and then we had to give up a 2025 second round pick for Trey. Basically, is what we did, and then we got rid of guys that we didn't care about anyway. Maladon, I talked about it. He wasn't going to make it. Ty Jerome, he wasn't going to make it, even though he went to Virginia and they won a title and all that. I'm like, that kid can't play, man. Can't play. And that's why I tell people, you can tell pretty quickly whether somebody can play or not, Drew. It ain't rocket science. You can tell if somebody can play.
Yep.
And it's just like with the Thunder, and we had pulled it up, Drew. This is what I have here. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm thinking of the Thunder roster. This is who I have playing, okay? Guards, SGA and Trey Mann. Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams from J-Dub, the one from Santa Clara. And then Aaron Wiggins are my shooting guards. And my forwards are Lou Dort, Kendrick, and Dang. And I think actually they're going to actually move Aaron Wiggins back to forward because that Dang kid, the jury's out whether he can still play or not. I don't know. Then power forwards, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Darius Baisley, and Poku. And, of course, Poku gained 20 pounds, Drew. Yeah. That's what I said.
Is it a good 20 or a bad 20?
It's 20. Is there a bad 20 when you're that skinny?
Yeah, I mean, that sometimes you put on 20 pounds of muscle and you'll be all right.
Yeah, but now we're going to end up with Mike Muscala and Jalen Williams is going to be our centers, and so we'll see how that is going to play out with the Thunder, and what's going to happen with them because I like the Jalen Williams kid. To me, Chet came out at the media and he was talking about the same thing you and I talked about right after he got hurt. It's going to give you a chance to see where you fit. It's going to give you a chance to look at the speed of the game. It's going to give you a chance to see the style of the offense, the way stuff's work. It's going to give you a chance to lift weights. So he's going to get bigger and strong. So it's actually going to help him, I think, by him missing this 1 year. Now, it's never good to miss, but you and I talked about Blake Griffin missed, and what was he? Player of the year, rookie of the year. What's our guy?
Yeah.
Ben Simmons. Missed the first year, came back, rookie of the year in his first year. So it could probably, I think it's going to help him. But like you said, more than anything, it's going to help Jalen Williams, or J. Will. That's who I think. And I think then next year you can actually have SGA, Giddey, Lou Dort, Chet, and Jalen. You can have Chet and Jalen and put Chet at the 4 because he's not a 5. Don't you think? He's not a 5, Drew.
Right.
He's not a 5. Not a 5. All right, well, let's take a quick break. Right here, we want to thank our sponsors, and, of course, YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they do. They are an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. And if you want to pre-qualify online for any loans that you might need, you can at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And we would not be here at Cutting Up Barbershop and Salon, 35 Northeast 36. They're open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 6, on Saturdays 9 to 4. And we want to thank YNB for their sponsorship of Black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, supporting us so that we can go out and do remote live streams at these locations. And then, of course, we got to thank our other sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any IT salute needs, they are the people to talk to. They can also help get your office run more fluently with emails and things like that. They can make everything a lot smoother. Mark Long over at SRB for any engineering, surveying, or planning. Our guy, Jose Fierro, by the way, we saw him last night, Drew. He
Where's my
showed up
shirt?
Wow. Growth Trucking. And, of course, Greg and Max Napier. I was talking to Max last night. I saw Max, Drew, and he was telling me that Greg's going to Vegas to see Diana Ross. She's the first time she's performed in 20 years. I said, oh, man, how fantastic is that going to be? And she's only doing like 9 shows or something like that. But I was like, man, that is fantastic for him to be able to do that. That would be something that I would love to be able to do, to watch Diana. I think she's only doing like 6 shows or something like that, Drew. Not a bunch. So now let's get to your favorite part. Drew Hinthorn's Husker Drew picks of the week, of the Friday. And, of course, here you go with your Braves, bro, plus 115.
Gotta have it tonight.
Yes, you do.
Gotta have it.
Yes, you do. Phillies minus 200.
Yeah, they're playing right now. Let's just see what they're doing. They blew. They have blown the whole way out. They are winning 3-1 right now in the bottom of the 8th. Be a good start to the night.
They need that bad. They need that really, really bad. Then, of course,
Milwaukee had a chance to close them out last night and then gave up 4 runs to the Marlins in the 8th inning, got beat.
Can you believe that?
Neither one of those teams are going to beat the Braves in a 3-game series in Atlanta.
You wouldn't
Just go ahead and say that right now.
You wouldn't think.
Nope.
You wouldn't think. College football, you got Houston. Dude, you talk about a team that's up.
God, they've killed me all year, and I'm still riding them. This is the night.
Yeah. Dana Hogerson, he's coaching for his job this year. I think
it's a big game for Houston tonight. They got Tulane in there. Did a little bit of a rivalry game, old conference foe. I don't think Tulane's that good. Houston has really just not played up to their potential so far. So I look for them to show up tonight.
Yeah, I hope so, because I like Dana a whole lot, and I think that he's got a great opportunity. UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah.
Plus 5, huh?
Playing Middle Tennessee State. That's way too many points, I think. UTSA's got a decent little squad.
Yeah, they do. I saw that, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of points, I thought. But, I agree with you. I'd take UTSA as well. San Diego State, plus 7, Drew. That's a lot, isn't it?
Dude, Boise State is just not playing well at all right now. Their coach is on the hot seat. That could go one of 2 ways. But San Diego State's got a good defense, a good running game. They got a senior quarterback. I look for them to keep it close. Up there on the blue turf. We'll see what happens. But I like them. I like them catching that 7 points. So.
100%. I agree with that. UCLA plus 3.
Well, that's a sneaky one right there. So, everybody is on UCLA about the attendance, about this and that.
Win some damn games.
They are a live dog at home tonight. They're undefeated. They got an undefeated Washington team coming in. UCLA's got a good quarterback. That's a night game.
But Drew, win some games, beat some good teams, and the people will show up to watch you play.
Well, that's what's going to happen tonight. They're going to beat Washington tonight.
Well,
straight up, wrong team's favored.
Yeah, if they beat them, to me, fans might start coming out. But, they'll definitely come out for the SC game. But you got UCLA back in the day when they were winning, when Troy was the quarterback, and they were winning. Yep. They didn't have any problem filling up the stadium. There were tons of people there.
Nope, they didn't.
They had 0 problem. So I'm like, look, people in today's thing, especially in L.A., there's a lot going on. Okay, you've got the Dodgers, you've got the Chargers, you've got the Rams, you've got the Lakers, you've got the Clippers, you've got the Kings.
Well, and also another thing that kind of is a detriment. It's a detriment and a blessing is you're playing in the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl seats 108,000 people. So you may have 50,000 people there and it'll still look half full.
Well, SC is drawing 80 or 90.
Well, that's SC though. We're
now,
apples to oranges.
But you got to remember though, last year they weren't. They've had 30 or 40,000 seats, but now they're winning and people are coming.
That's why their coach got canned and all 3 quarterbacks left. And
yep. Well, they knew immediately when Lincoln Riley came and Caleb was coming, they were not going to play. Yep. That was talking about the writing being on the proverbial bathroom wall. There was no question about that.
Three quarterbacks leave, and their coaching staff got fired. So
Yeah, whatever. We already knew, and they're better. And they're better than they were last year or the year before.
Oh, sure they are.
Right off the bat.
Their chance to go, they got a legit shot to go to the playoff.
Yeah, it was so funny, Drew. I'm sitting there talking to a guy last night. We were sitting on a patio at Cats, and I was, smoking a cigar. I'm talking to this guy, and right, because it was nice outside. It got a little nippy at the end, but they have karaoke on Wednesday and Thursday. Man, I don't want to hear those people. Some of them they cannot sing. Most of them. There are a few who can, but I'm not listening to that crap. Yeah, I can't. I have to sit outside, smoke my cigar, and watch sports on the big screen out there on the patio. I like that much better. But anyway, he and I were talking about OU, and he goes, well, all those OU guys left. We lost all our players. I go, dude, why are you whining? Y'all had the third most or fourth most NIL signings. I mean, not NIL, but transfer portal guys. He goes, well, we had to. Okay.
Yep.
Once again, why are you whining? Because those guys left.
I mean,
the guys you got in aren't bad. It ain't like they're terrible.
I mean, for the last time I heard that Dylan Gabriel was going to win the Heisman.
Well, he ain't win no Heisman.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
How about your boy? You're the one that you love so much, the Nebraska reject, being touted as one of the top running quarterback, dual threat quarterbacks in the country. I'm like, he's not as good as Tennessee's quarterback. No way.
No, he had one
game. And then guess what highlights they kept showing over and over when they're showing OU. I mean, dude, do that another 3 games, then I'll listen to you. You know what I'm saying?
They got a big test Saturday with Texas Tech coming in, laying 7.5 points. Texas Tech is not a very good road team, but I'll be shocked if that coach down there doesn't have the Red Raiders ready to play, and they'll give Kansas State all they want.
Well, the whole thing with the Big 12 is that we've got the schedule this week. Okay, OU and TCU starting out.
Great game.
11 o'clock. That's going to be a very good game. Then you got Tech and Kansas State at 11. So both of those games are at 11. One is on ABC and one's on ESPN Plus. Then, man, OSU Baylor. God dang, bro. And we'll talk about that because you did do the picks for some of these games. I think that's going to be a huge test to see how good Kansas really is. What is your thoughts?
Well, then Iowa State's going to come throw some defense on them. Kansas is going to see the best defense they played against all.
They really are.
I'm Iowa State. I'm making the KU quarterback throw the ball to beat me. They're going to mirror that quarterback, and he's going to have to throw the ball. Yep,
because I'm not going to let him beat me with his feet. That's what, even though he is going to get out of the pocket and he is going to make some plays, you've got to make him primarily stay in the pocket. I agree 100%. West Virginia and Texas.
It's a sneaky game.
Is he coming back?
Be back for Texas. That's what they're saying, and if he does, I mean, that could be a blessing and a detriment because he's got to be rusty. We're going to see what he's got if he can just step right back in and play. Luckily, and I think they're bringing him back for that reason, is West Virginia defense isn't very good, but I look for a lot of points to be scored in that game.
Yep, and that wasn't one of your picks. Let's go over. In fact, we'll come back to that. It wasn't.
But if I was to lean on that game, I would take West Virginia plus the 10.
Okay, because, I just pulled up your picks for the weekend for tomorrow, which is Saturday, and then the NFL on Sunday, right? And then tomorrow we got we got Oklahoma State plus 2.5. That's all you're going to give them?
That's all it is. Some books will let you buy it up to 3. I think to myself personally, I'm probably going to play the money line, take Oklahoma State straight up to win. I just think their offense is going to be too much for Baylor.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that. Then you've got
and they're going to ride in there with a little chip on their shoulder, a little revenge factor from last year. We'll see. We'll see what happens. As long as Sanders doesn't turn the ball over 3 or 4 times, they should be fine.
I tell people if we get Spencer instead of Sanders, we can beat anybody in the country. But it's got to be Spencer, not Sanders. It's got to be him because Sanders is just not very good.
I think Carolyn is going to be at the game. She's going to go support us down there.
Oh, okay, that's sweet. Well, I know Randy's probably they're going to go down there.
Shout out to my mom and dad. Happy anniversary. Love you guys.
Yep, happy anniversary to Rick and Carolyn Hinthorn. Yeah, I saw that pic of them when they were young. Boy, that was a long time ago. long
Wow.
time ago.
I didn't say that.
Well, she still looks good. Him, on the other hand, he looks old as hell. She doesn't. She's aged really well. Him, nah, not so much. I'm kidding, Rick. I'm giving you a hard time. Iowa, you got Iowa plus 11.
Well, that's a sleepy game right there. You got Michigan rolling into Iowa City. You got Fox game of the week in town. 11 a.m. start. Iowa is going to run the ball, run the clock, and their defense is legit. And we're going to see what this freshman quarterback from Michigan is all about. We're going to find out.
Yeah, McCarthy.
They've made the quarterback change, and we're going to find out.
Well,
I like Iowa. Give me those points in Iowa all day.
I agree.
And don't be surprised if Iowa wins that game.
It's going to be close. My thing with McCarthy is that he's a much better runner and he's a better deep thrower of the ball. But at the same time, he is young. And like all rookie quarterbacks do, freshman quarterbacks, NFL rookie quarterbacks do, they hold on to the ball. You know, hey, make your read, get rid of the ball quickly. Just make your decision, bam, get rid of it. Now, Kentucky, this is an interesting game to me, plus 7.
And I have waffled on this game all week. I've listened to all the talking heads, and I'm making my pick on purely an eye test. I've watched Ole Miss play. They struggled against Tulsa. And I've watched Kentucky play, and Kentucky's beat everybody in front of them, and most of them pretty soundly. They went to the Swamp and won. They just beat just won again last weekend. Of course, that wasn't a great opponent, but they looked good doing it. They've got a good quarterback. They've got a good defense. And Ole Miss, just to me, the eye test isn't there, and I could be wrong. And Vegas doesn't put lines out there so people make money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they obviously
they
think
put money
that
so they
Ole
can
Miss
make money.
Right. And I think 7's too many.
I agree. That's an awful
Kentucky's
lot.
in the top 10 in the country, and they're catching 7 points. So I'm either missing something or we've been bamboozled.
Yep. TCU plus 7. You think the Sooners are not going to come back?
I just think it's too many points. I think that's a close game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close all the way through. I think OU finds a way to win just because they got the better defense, but I don't know that they got the better coach. But that quarterback has given OU fits in the past.
Yes, he has.
And I look for him to give him fits again this weekend, but I just think OU's got the better defensive team, and they should be able to pull it out late. But, boy, I sure wouldn't feel comfortable laying 7.
Yep, that's awful tough. Oh, dude, this one right here, I'm with you 100%. Arkansas plus 18. I don't think Bama's going to blow them out.
Give me the Hogs.
Unbelievable. I saw that. I'm like, Alabama plays terrible on the road, and Arkansas comes off of that. Still, I've never seen a ball hit the top of that. I've never seen it.
I would have liked to seen the line of what it would have been if that field goal went through.
You mean if it bounced forward instead of backwards?
Right. Well, yeah. So I didn't know this, Matt. They played that in Jerry's world, and they said that if it was been played in a college stadium, it'd have been good by a foot. But since it was in a pro stadium, that it hit the top of the goalpost instead of going over the top of it, like it would have been on a college field.
Really? Because they're taller?
Yeah, it's because the NFL goalposts are taller. They're the same width, but the height they're taller. So instead of it going over the goalpost, which would have been good, it hit the top of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would have liked to
crazy.
See how this game would have been viewed differently if the field goal counts, what the spread would have been, and how many people would have been thinking Arkansas had a legit chance to win this game.
Right. I agree. But I still think Arkansas, 18 points, I'm like, man.
I think Alabama's going to have trouble with Arkansas's quarterback.
Yep.
I think Alabama's secondary is going to struggle. Arkansas's secondary is going to struggle a little bit too, but I think 18 points is way too many.
I don't think either team is going to have a good, easy time stopping the other one. That's kind of what I think.
No.
What is the over on that?
Points.
What was the over under on that?
I think
61.
It's 61. Let me check it. I think it's 61 though. And that is a 2:30 start.
Yep.
Right.
I might have to take the over on that. You know what I'm saying? I'd take the over on that.
61.
Yeah, Drew, I'd probably have to take the over on that. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot of damn points.
And that spread has come down to 17 now.
Some people are going, okay, they're going to take Arkansas, are they? Iowa State -3.
Again, we touched on this earlier.
Yep.
I just think KU is gonna see a lot different defensive team than they faced all year Saturday.
I agree 100%.
And I don't think Iowa State's going to be very happy after their showing last week, where they should have beat Baylor. They had that game. They should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have beat Baylor. There's no question about that. Purdue, really?
Sneaky game there. So Minnesota's been pounding everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they haven't played nobody though, really.
And Michigan State may be a fraud. We don't know for sure. That's the best team they've played, and they literally just pounded. They got a big offensive line, but Purdue has good skill positions in the quarterback, and it's normally a tight game between Purdue and Minnesota, and I just think 13 points is way too many.
Yep.
That to me, that's a 7-8 point spread. If I was to make the line, I give me the Boilermakers, bang the drum, plus 13.
Yeah, I agree. That's a lot. Now you got Utah and 10.
Love Utah. That's probably my favorite game of the day. Love Utah. Oregon State coming off that heartbreaker against USC. Oregon State is not a good road team, and we talked about this before. Utah's going to pound people. That's the only way they have back into the playoff is they're going to have to light people up, and they catch USC in 2 weeks out in Salt Lake City.
Yep.
So this is ramping up to that game. I look for them to go up early and run away and hide from Oregon State.
Yeah, I agree. -10 is not too far of a stretch. I agree 100%. Now Sunday you only did 4 games. Shocking you did your beloved Cowboys. I'm shocked that you did the Cowboys.
That spread should be 10. That should be 10, I think. But the Redskins are terrible, and
the Commanders. Say the Commanders.
I can't do it. I just can't bring myself to do it.
I don't know. It's easier to say Commanders than it is Guardians.
What about Washington? I mean, I liked Washington football team better than Commanders.
I agree. I like that too. But you couldn't. And then plus the way you can do letters. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. But anyway, I agree. The Cowboys should beat them.
I could call them what I like to call them. It kind of rhymes with Redskins.
Wow. Dude,
hey, but I digress.
Cowboys
by 7 to 10. Look for that to be a low-scoring game. Redskins aren't going to score. Dallas's offense isn't dynamic. They're going to run the ball down the Redskins' throat. Look for a 24-10 ball game.
Okay, then of course the Chiefs +1. That just cracks me up.
Yeah, I don't foresee the Chiefs losing back-to-back games, and I think that home front and Father Time has catching up with Mr. Brady.
Yep. And then on top of that, I think the Chiefs know they gave one away last week. Everybody's talking about the rift between him and Eric Bieniemy, so I think that the Chiefs are on one. Chris Jones is, to me, going to be a holy terror after him basically costing the Chiefs. They should have got off the field, but instead he cost them the game by keeping them and giving them another play.
I hope that game lives up to the hype because it's kind of a cool deal they're doing. That's kind of a passing of the torch moment too. So,
well, Brady is up on him. What?
I really think that Mahomes is going to play well in that game, and I just don't know. I mean, what we say, the Buccaneers have scored 3 offensive touchdowns all year?
Yep, 3 offensive touchdowns all year. And I think they're going to be an angry defense. Plus, he doesn't really have any targets. You know, he had to go get Cole. Get Cole Beasley.
They'll have to score 25 points, 27 points to beat the Chiefs. Yep. I don't think they can do it.
I don't think they can either. Ravens, wow.
Yeah, you know what, Matt? I took this game earlier in the year. I'm not going to go back on my pick. The Ravens.
No, you did pick them.
At home. I did pick them, and I think that the Bills are banged up. That was a rough game on them last week.
Yeah.
They're coming back in from into the frying pan and into the stove, or what do you call it? How do you say it? Out of the frying pan into the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the oven into the frying pan.
Yeah, out of the oven into the frying pan from Miami to Baltimore, and Baltimore laying in wait up there, and I like that team.
And Buffalo's
for a lot of points to be.
And Buffalo's secondary is terrible.
Take the over 51.
Yep.
Over 51 in that game is a good bet too.
Yep, I agree. I think the Ravens are going to blow them up. Now your Rams +2. Really?
So we talked about this, about the 49ers just owning the Rams.
Owning them.
Let me tell you, 49ers looked terrible Sunday night.
Terrible. Horrible.
Terrible. And the Rams are
Uh-oh.
not the Broncos.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
he said he's just saying.
Totally
He's just saying. You know who's
100% agree that the 49ers own the Rams.
Oh.
But this is a new year and a new team, and if that team that showed up Sunday night shows up against the Rams Sunday, they're going to get beat. That's all I'm saying.
Anything you want to say to that, Keith? He said, "Get you off the line." Get you off the line. Listen at him, man. He's on fire back there.
Just laying it out there.
Yeah, he's on fire, but he does not have any of his 49. We can see him in the background. He has no 49er stuff anywhere to be found.
No.
Sean, what did you say? How many wins you said? Losses? What was that? Three in a row. Where are they at now? One? They have one. So the next 3 games, right? Sean has said they're going to lose the next 3 games. They lost 1 already.
They
got
could.
the Rams will be 2. And then who's the next one?
That offense did not look good Sunday.
That wasn't the stretch?
That wasn't the stretch. It was look it up real quick.
I know he had a stretch of games there that he had picked the 49ers to lose 3 in a row. Keith saying no way. And, right now.
I think I did too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, what was it, Sean?
It was hold on, right here.
He's pulling it up right now. What was it?
It was Chiefs, Rams, Chargers.
Chiefs, Rams, Chargers.
Then the Cardinals.
Well, I don't know if they can be. I don't know if the Chargers now. I think Chargers before, but I don't know. But that was before Herbert got hurt.
I mean, they may lose. They may lose 3 in a row right now.
Yeah, they got Rams and Panthers.
They got Rams and
Who
Panthers.
they play next week?
Panthers.
I'm going.
They got Panthers next week. I don't know if Baker. I mean, Baker.
Boy,
could beat Jimmy G.
Baker, touchdown maker at the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, the 49ers may be in a little bit of trouble right about now. That's what I think. They might be in just a tad bit trouble. So now, Monday Night Football. Who is the game Monday night? Let me see. What is the game Monday night? Oh, Keith. Look at him. He come back. Look at him. Drew, you can't see him. He's like, Rams and 49ers. He quit cutting the old boy's hair so he could turn around and say that, Drew.
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
That is a loss.
Okay. Now, this is great. Okay, our schedule this week for NFL football, we have the Vikings and the Saints. Who do you got, Drew? I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings in London.
I gotta tell you, just the turmoil that the Saints are in, and just their whole demeanor and what they're doing. I mean, the Vikings probably need, but if that game being played over in London, you never know what's going to happen.
8:30 a.m. game.
If I was to, if you forced me to take a side, I'd probably take the Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings. Okay, Browns and Falcons.
Won't even touch it. We'll stay away from
it.
That's a terrible game.
You got to pick one.
Give me the Browns.
I take the Browns as well. Bills, Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Me too. I'm taking the Ravens. The Commanders, Cowboys.
Yeah,
That's just.
Redskins.
I'm not even asking you that. Seahawks and Lions.
We talked about this earlier. I think Detroit gets off the snide. Give me the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions as well. Chargers, Texans. Man.
Boy, I look for the Chargers to bounce back. Give me Justin Herbert and the Chargers, but I don't know about laying that 5 points.
Yeah, I'm still. They quit on me. I'm done with them. They quit. I didn't like that. I think their coach is are looking over. He's walking the plank right now. Let's say that. Without a net.
Isn't it amazing how fast your fortunes can sway in the NFL week to week?
Oh, it's unbelievable. That's what it is. It's the NFL. It is the NFL. Titans, Colts.
They went from the bride to the bridesmaid in 1 week.
Titans, Colts.
Give me the Titans.
The Titans.
Derrick Henry should get help. Derrick Henry should run wild on the Colts, and That should be that. That's going to be a fast game. That might be the fastest game of the day because both teams are going to run the ball.
I agree. Bears, Giants.
Give me the Bears. Giants are terrible.
I agree. The Bears. Both of us are taking the Bears on that. Jaguars, the Eagles. I know I'm taking the Eagles, so I know you're not.
Again,
I know you're not.
Let's
I'm
talk.
giving
Let's talk
you the
about
Jaguars.
this game a little bit. Doug Peterson coming back home against his former team.
Drew,
week before the Cowboys game. Let's tap the brakes a little bit. Let's see what happens. I'll take the Eagles to win, but I tell you what, that 7.5, 8 points where it'll probably go off on a game time. We'll see.
Now I would take the Jaguars and the points, but I think the Eagles will win the game. Okay, which is what we're doing. Who's going to win the game, not who's going to cover. So Jets and Steelers. You took the Jets, didn't you?
Give me the Steelers. Give me the Kirk.
Okay, so let's get this straight. Did you take the Jaguars, or you taking the Eagles? You taking the Eagles?
Me?
Yep.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Okay.
Not to cover though.
Cardinals, Panthers.
Give me Baker, the touchdown maker.
I'm taking the Cardinals, even though they've got some internal strife going on. I'm still going to take the Cardinals to bounce back. You're taking the Panthers, okay? Patriots, Packers.
Give me the Packers, big.
I agree. Packers going to kill them. That's what I think as well. That defense is going to just murder their offense, especially without a quarterback.
And and that quarterback never needs to do the giddy dance ever again, ever.
Oh, never. Oh my God, that was terrible. Broncos, Raiders.
Boy,
wow.
That's in Vegas. Let's Vegas avoids going 1-3. I mean, give me the Raiders.
Yeah, me too. I think the Raiders get it done at home. I really do. I'm still not sold on. After watching the Broncos, I'm just not sold on them. Chiefs, Buccaneers.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, me too. 100%. That's gonna be hopefully, like you said, it'll be a worthy game that night. So we shall see how that's going to play. So let's see. Who else do we have? And then Monday night, who you got? Rams.
I'm gonna take the Rams.
Rams.
No, it was. I made a.
Keith, are you taking the 49ers Monday night? We know who Sean is taking. Sean's taking the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, we're assuming you're taking the Rams, aren't you?
I am.
That's 3-1. You taking the Rams too? Oh my God! Look at here. Who else we got?
Yeah.
We got it's 4-1. 4-1. Keith, you're in trouble, man. It's four against you, man. 4-1, man. Keith ain't happy back there, Drew. He ain't happy with us. All right, brother. Well, let me get off the line here so I can get my hair cut. My stuff's looking a little raggedy today.
Yep.
I got to get Keith to hook me on up here. About time you showed up, Lee.
Yeah.
Lee just
Well,
finally
keep in
showed up.
touch. Saturday, you want to come out to the Hacienda and watch the game? You're more than welcome.
Saturday, yeah, I got to go to a party Saturday afternoon. One of my good friends, I missed his birthday party at the Hamilton the other night. And by the way, you need to take Trish to the Hamilton. Drew, you need to take it there if you haven't been there. But anyway,
See Hamilton or to see Hamilton?
The Hamilton.
Haven't
The
been
Hamilton restaurant. It's right there at
Gotcha.
North Park Mall on the
Okay.
opposite side of, remember, Coco's and whatever
Yep.
used to be. It's on the opposite. It's on the east side, the northeast side of the mall there. It's fantastic. You love it. But anyway, we're at Cutting Up Barbershop and Salon, located at 35 Northeast 36th Street. You can call see what they were doing, if they're open in the situation, or if there's available, how many people you have to wait, because it is a barbershop that you have to wait. There are no reservations. 405-524-6100. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 4. Now, Drew, you're going to have to slide up in here again one day, man. What's the deal, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, I figure we'll do the opening tip for the Thunder there maybe.
We definitely got to do that. And plus, if this is made possible, our remote live streams are made possible, of course, by YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that make things happen.
Yes, they do. They are an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and of course, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com for any car loans or any loans that you might need. And we appreciate them and their support so that we can go out in the Oklahoma City area and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses. So we thank them for their support getting us out and about. So, and yeah, but you definitely got to come in here and figure out one of these games. We'll do a remote for one and then come back. But,
Will do.
But one thing, Drew, I was going to talk to you about real quick, then we're going to get off. I've got to figure out where to do the games. I figured out this is the deal. At home games, I'm going to go to my house and do the after the storm games. Do you think it's best to do those, because I know I can go to Rococo's and it'd be nice and quiet, and they close at 11, so I can get the, do the remote from Rococo's with no problem. But like Cats, remember when we did the thing, it's crazy. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. So, and I wonder if the Bruce would be mad if I went to another restaurant between him and Ned's, because I can't do Ned's.
It'd be nice we could get talked. It'd be nice we could talk to Shannon and get set up there and flipped in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, the whole thing is it's kind of loud in there. Well, that's not loud. We can still do it. But the problem is on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, you run into trouble. On Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, you can get away with it really, really easily. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not loud. But Thursday, Friday, Saturdays would be the hard part. But I agree. I'm gonna holler at him and see if he's, willing to try to do that. So, but anyway, brother, appreciate you. Have fun tonight.
Yep.
Go hang out with the girls. Tell the wife I said hello. That was my guy, Drew Hinthorn of Husker
Will
Drew.
do. HuskerDewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
I'm so over you right now. I'm so over you right now. You give me a headache. That's my guy, Drew Hinthorn. Appreciate you, bro, and I'll talk to you Monday. Oh, he's gone. All right. Well, hey, everybody, I want to tell everybody have a very fantastic